So this is something that's actually pretty hilarious. Now, a lot of you guys probably already know, with the basically Senate becoming majority Democratic, even though it's a 50-50 split, as you guys all know, the VP comes in to break ties. Um, Bernie Sanders is actually going to become the committee chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. Now, the Senate Budget Committee basically is the Senate counterpart. There's the House and the Senate. They both have their own budget committees. I think in the House it's Ways and Means. And, Congress has the power of the purse, right? So they get to determine the budget. So Bernie Sanders is going to be the chairman of the committee that determines the budget for spending, for government federal spending, right? Which is a lot of influence. So it's really funny because some Republicans are actually freaking out about this. Nikki Haley says, "Time to face the harsh reality. Socialist Bernie Sanders will become the chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. He has vowed to use his position to enact his progressive agenda on healthcare, climate, infrastructure spending, and cutting defense spending." Stand America Now. I don't know what this is, but it's hilarious because the way that she phrases this, he has vowed to use his position to enact his progressive agenda on healthcare, climate, infrastructure spending, and cutting defense spending. So one thing is, cutting defense spending, there's a lot of people in the country that will agree with you on, well, for one, all of these issues are very popular with the American people, but specifically cutting defense spending is pretty popular. I would say that most people know that the military budget is currently very bloated. When you talk about infrastructure spending, infrastructure is not supposed to be a partisan issue. Infrastructure is supposed to be a bipartisan issue because, infrastructure really is advancing your own nation, right? You want well-built roads, you want more bridges, you want stop signs, you don't want potholes in the road, you want good infrastructure, well-built roads, you want nice areas. First of all, they heavily benefit the economy. Obviously, if an area is much nicer, more people are going to go there, and, it's going to be more accessible, obviously, if there are actually, good roads available. Remember when Domino's was filling potholes in the road? So I don't understand really why that's a partisan thing. Everybody should support infrastructure spending, but a federal jobs guarantee, really all that is it's just expanded infrastructure. That's legitimately all it is. And then obviously healthcare and climate. We know that the climate is going to crap. By the way, speaking of the climate, in California it's currently January 18th and the sun is beaming outside. The sun is beaming harder than it did for a lot of time in the previous time. I've never seen a January this sunny in my life before. So, bad sign, very bad sign. I have to tell you, man, it's very worrying, especially because I don't understand how California isn't in a drought right now because the rain has been pretty minimal, if not zero, basically. Remember a couple of days of it actually raining. Here's Lindsey Graham on Sanders becoming Senate Budget Committee chair. "I've got a fight on my hands." And you can just see how defeated he looks in this photo. He just looks like complete shit. He's like, God damn it. So, Bernie Sanders does have some seniority in the Senate. So, he's able to be Budget Committee chairman. Bernie Sanders already said that he's going to try to use all of the force that he can to enact progressive legislation. One of the things you can do as Budget Committee chairman and as Budget Committee is you can try to pass things through budget reconciliation. Now, you guys probably already know what that is, but that basically allows you to pass something via only 50 votes in the Senate, right? Filibuster proof to get to cloture and close debate and finally vote on the bill requires 60 votes unless you change the filibuster rule. So budget reconciliation allows you to pass something which is 50 votes in the Senate. Recall that Republicans were trying to get their ACA repeal, their skinny ACA repeal through budget reconciliation is what they were trying to do, which only requires 50 votes. So Bernie Sanders will have a lot of influence, a lot of direction. He will definitely, this is a big, being the committee of one of the, being the chair of one of the committees, one of the two committees that determine the purse of power, the power of the purse with spending of Congress, that's absolutely massive. That's huge. And so hopefully as the other progressives get more seniority in the House, they're able to get some chairmanships as well, right? Bernie Sanders has been in the Senate longer than they have in the House. They've only been in the House for 2 years. You can't get really any high-ranking positions in 2 years, like really high-ranking where you're like a chairman of an important committee. It's just, it doesn't happen. And, AOC was getting kicked off by Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats that she tried to primary. Henry Cuellar was kicked her off of one. They voted her out in a secret ballot. So, once they get more seniority, hopefully they'll have more ranking positions, because you can't really do anything in a Congress without ranking positions on committees. It's just the truth. But it's hilarious to see these people freaking out. There's two possibilities here. One, the possibility is they're freaking out because they're genuinely afraid of what, quote, socialist Bernie Sanders is going to do. Or B, they're just trying to rile up their audience and trying to do the socialist Red Scare tactics when it's not really real. I don't know which one it is, whether it's a fake out and he doesn't really have power, or no, he really has power and, they're in trouble. But definitely going to be interesting to see what Bernie does as Budget Committee chairman.